Welcome everyone, it's Tammy at Creative Girl Vintage. I went around my craft room today and I pulled out a bunch of vintage things and just piled them here on my table because I've had something for a while that I've been wanting to do a project with. And it is this gorgeous image here, which I downloaded from Etsy shop Miles Beyond the Moon. This is just one image off of a whole collage sheet. And when I saw this, I just really was just taken back at how gorgeous this is. I was just kind of speechless and I'm like, oh my God, I've got to do something with that. And that's exactly what's going to happen today. So I've linked that shop below in the description box. Miles Beyond the Moon. The shop owner is Mary. Go over there and check that shop out, you guys. And if anything, just give her a heart, give her some love. And you'll just be like, wow, when you see her beautiful images. So what we're going to do today, I thought, is using this image, we're going to just layer it up and make some vintage collage art. Doesn't that sound like a good idea? So the only thing we need to be today is inspired. So let's get started on this beautiful crafting project. A good starting point for this project was cutting out this image. And you guys, this is some serious fussy cutting here. This one, just really need to take your time and just enjoy the process because there's a lot of little cutting going on here in this image. And speaking of images, last week I sent out the Cherub Valentine kits that I did the tutorial on and had the kits in my Etsy shop. And you guys, I sent a lot of those kits out. So I hope you're really enjoying the process of crafting with those as much as I enjoyed putting them together for you. And I just really would like to give a big shout out of thank you to all of you. You're just a great bunch. And just really love when I do the printouts that you can just purchase and cut out. And I've got plenty more coming. I have another one in the works right now for St. Patrick's Day, so stand by for that one. It is a cutie. All right, so I am going to just continue cutting this out and just finishing this up, and we'll go on to the next step. All right, I have our image here all cut out, and I've had to bring out some other equipment here. This piece had a lot of little nooks and crannies, like you can see here between her ankles, here between his pant leg, and this area right here between the two of them, that actually really tested my skills, I'll tell you. So I was being very, very careful. I have one piece left here, so I just brought out my X-Acto knife and setting down a mat to cut on, of course. And I'm just going to go around here and see if I could carefully cut out this little piece right there. Okay, let's see if I got it all. Okay, maybe just a little piece right there. Yeah, this is some little technical work here, cutting these little things out. And if I didn't tell you, this was printed on just a plain white cardstock. Okay, there's our image. Let's get that out of the way and bring out something to cover our surface, to protect our surface here. Because of course, I have to just put a little distress ink on this, which is the tea dyed. And one of the reasons that I really want to put it on this is because just from all the little technical cutting, there's like a little tiny speck of white showing, that'll show through from that paper. And this will take care of that problem, as well as just making it look gorgeous, of course. But it gets rid of all those little white flecks. Try to get right in there. I think it also just brings out the color and enhances the vintageness of it all. All right, image is done. Let's just set that aside. And so the base of the whole thing, I thought for our collage, our first layer actually, I have went through my vintage cabinet cards here. Now, I have a friend, I think I've mentioned this in a past video, he deals in ephemera and all the vintage photography, and he'll get to the point where he'll get these left over, and I get them from him. Sometimes he gives them to me for free, sometimes they're just like hardly any money at all, but they're to the point where they're stained, they're damaged, they're everything. They're just in really terrible condition. So they're not really anything a collector would want. But for me, I mean, these cabinet cards are really strong and sturdy, and I love like the writing on the bottom. And some of these have, let me see if I can find one here. Look at the back of this one. I mean, just some of them are just absolutely beautiful art in themselves on the back of these cabinet cards. So like her, I think she's a little damaged, but I think she's got kind of a good look. I don't think I would glue anything on top of her. She's something I would probably set aside. And this one here, I was thinking when I pulled these out, if I did a collage on top of this, that was like vintage equestrian type thing. This is Horseheads, New York. So that got me thinking, you know, the words could show, you know, and you can do like something like that. So I'm not going to use her, but I thought I liked her. I liked the dark color going around here. So this is the one I chose to use today. And so this is just a little packet I have filled with, this has vintage wallpaper, and something else it has the Tim Holtz wallpaper packet. I don't know if you guys ever saw this. I got it at Hobby Lobby a long time ago, and it's just filled with all of this wallpaper, and it's really beautiful. And I saw one in here this one, I had a piece in here that I liked, that I thought would be perfect for our first, well, this is our first layer. This will be our second layer. So set that wallpaper out of the way. And I liked the black around the rim. So let me see. Let me just do, this has been torn on the side. I know it's hard to tear these tiny little strips, so I'll just do a little cutting right there. So it just sort of fits in there. Like so. That's good. And you know, I shouldn't have put this away yet, because I think that if this had a little bit of distress ink on it, it would look super good, and it definitely does. This will be peeking out a little bit. Okay, that looks beautiful. I'm going to use Fabrifix glue today, and I'm going to just glue up the back of this wallpaper. Just kind of getting close to the edges so everything sticks. And let's lay this right down on top of this. Layer number one. Oh, isn't that pretty already? I mean, the words down here, it's just really beautiful. Okay, keeping the vintageness going. Here's some sheet music that I tore out of one of my books. I think I told you guys I found a bunch of these books at an estate sale over the summer, and I love them. So let me just grab a ruler here. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to lay the ruler down and just rip some of that off, and we'll save that for another project, definitely. Okay, this says the Kiss Waltz, so I thought that would be super appropriate with this pretty little couple, right? The Kiss Waltz. Let's see. It's kind of flying by the seat of my pants here. We may need to adjust this, but we'll see. Okay, maybe just cut some sheet right there. Okay. Now, the Kiss Walls, yeah, I think Kiss Walls could be a little bit smaller maybe. So let's just go back in and do a little adjustment here. Another little tear. And how how pretty that is. Maybe just right there. Cute. Okay, so we got our paper ready. Look at this, you guys. Isn't this gorgeous? This came from a garage sale a couple summers ago. It was one of those town-wide garage sales. I'm going to cut a piece and put it like right like that. And I love the town-wides. Love them. So this lady, she was an elderly lady. She had a lot of quilting stuff and sewing stuff. She was just ready to move on. And she had a plastic tub that had this and about 10 more things just as good. And she had $1 on it. And I just, oh my God, I just about fell over. And it's so beautiful, isn't it? I'm going to use this as our next layer. So let me use this one here, not the big one. The reason I have this little squeeze bottle here, not only is it easier to use, but I had opened my Fabrifix and I opened the top way too big. And so when I squeezed it, it was just like flooding out. So I had to remedy that situation. Okay, so there's a pretty layer and I left that writing there at the bottom. And okay, I'm thinking it's time. Maybe take a little bit of this plain paper off the bottom here. What do you say? Get rid of some of that. Maybe just a little bit of this too. This is definitely something you can ink up. Just make those little torn edges extra pretty. Okay, I'm gonna just lay that right there. Put a little glue on the back of this. Just to hold it on. The Kiss Waltz. Okay, let's see what we got next. How about, look at these, you guys. Aren't they beautiful? They're vintage playing cards. I mean, that rose is beautiful. Look at that. Isn't he just the cutest? Oh, I just love that. I'm really not sure which one I want to use. So let's kind of lay everything on here and just kind of see where we're going with this before we do any final gluing. Okay. This is just plain party streamer crepe paper. And I put this in my sewing machine and created this. If you guys want to learn how to do this, just let me know in the comments. And maybe I'll do a little tutorial on that. Super easy. Let's cut off a little chunk of that. Maybe lay that like that. And I think that will lay there. Oh my God, isn't this cute? And I also have an old Valentine card here that totally has seen better days. I'm not really sure what happened to this. So I already cut out one of the roses. Oh, that goes with that. I don't know. I was going to cut two, but I don't think I need to. Okay, since we got roses there, let's put our little birdie right there. Oh my gosh, that is really sweet. Then, of course, some vintage jewelry. And oh, this is good. This is good. Okay. Here we go. Let's do the card right here. And you know what? I'm just going to grab my hot glue gun for the card and smear a little of that on the back and pop our card in right there. Then, love this. This looks so pretty on here. A bead of hot glue right across the center of that. And I'm just going to take this crepe paper and just lay it down. Sometimes after you sew the crepe paper, where the stitches are, they might come a little bit loose. I'll just take a little bit of glue and do a little repair there, so nothing's coming unraveled for us. Okay, there, just so everything is staying in place. And let's take our little couple. Oh, they're so sweet. I'm just going to lay them here. So they are pretty dimensional. So I see where the glue is going. Right across here. So let's just lay them right there. Okay, and I have got here some tiny little flowers that I thought would be really pretty. Let me get some crappy scissors, and I'm going to glue them to her bouquet. That's a good idea. So we'll just pop off the wire on these. Let's see, let me get down a little closer here and add that to her bouquet. Oh, that's coming along gorgeous, isn't it? Ah, okay. Let me grab a little bit of this Fabrifix and go on this gorgeous flower that came off that vintage greeting card. And let's lay that right there. Okay. And then, isn't this pretty? This is a little brooch, flea market brooch. The whole back of it was broke off. So when that happens, it's perfect for crafting, isn't it? This, ideally, I probably would put it on with some E6000, but I've noticed that because I'm going on to this paper, that the glue gun is going to get the job done. I'm just going to put a generous amount on the back and pop that down like so. Now I was thinking, this is so pretty. I was wondering if a little bit of this on the top, I kind of like that. All right, let's flip this over. Let's cut ourselves a piece here. And let's see where we want to glue that. All right, I'm just going to secure my crepe paper down to hold the weight of that brooch a little bit there. I see that it wanted to wiggle. Okay, so let's see if we do kind of like that. That's so cute. Okay, so we got like a little arch. Let me just get some hot glue there and just form a little arch. Even though the sides aren't secure yet, that looks so cute. And just pop off the excess with our scissor. Glue it down. Smush it down. That's sweet. Very, very sweet. Okay. All right, look how cute this is coming along. Let me clean this up because I want to show you a couple finishing touches for this. Okay, how about some finishing touches? So this has to be my favorite vintage seam binding ribbon. Look at that color. Isn't that just beautiful? So I crafted a little bow here. And I thought that would be pretty. Maybe right here on the top. So we'll just do that with a little dab of hot glue and just push that right there. Okay. I don't want my words covered up, so I'll just do a little trim right there. And now, of course, no project is complete without glitter. So we've got to put a little bit of that on, of course. How about this beautiful rose? Maybe her little flowers here. And I'm seeing it definitely on the collar of her dress. Okay. Let's go over here to my glitter bowl. And her collar. Oh, sorry guys. Glitter everywhere. Blow it right off there. Okay. Isn't that so cute? Now, you noticed I didn't put a hanger on this because here's what I'm going to do. And I love this. I have got a 5-inch cardboard easel right here. This has like a sticky part on it. I'm going to take that off. Let's flip this over. And this is going to go right on the back. And I want to try to line it up as straight as I can. And definitely, I'm going to go like this because I want it flush with the bottom of this card. So nothing's wobbling around. Okay, this flips open like that. And I know it's hard to see because of the camera angle, but this sits up by itself gorgeously on a shelf. Isn't that so cute? I love this. I think this project turned out so good. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. And I hope you felt inspired. And I hope you feel inspired that when you stumble upon these vintage treasures, you know, to just grab them up because you can make so many beautiful things with them. So I'm really inspired, actually, to make more of these. So I'm going to make a few more. I'm going to put them in my Etsy shop. And along with that, I had made these up and I just hadn't had time to list them. These are a library card pocket that is all coffee dyed. There's some fabric and some lace, and it's just like a little cute little bundle. There's some playing cards in here, vintage photos, some Victorian scrap. I think that's a little cookbook and a greeting card back there. In the description in my shop, I have a picture of everything and describing everything that's in these pockets. Now, I'm not going to have a ton of stuff, you guys, because you know, everything's kind of one of a kind, and I'll have a few things in there, but I won't be able to put 100 things in there. So the link to my Etsy shop is below if any of these things interest you. And I also want to say a special thank you for this stunning image that we used today from Miles Beyond the Moon. Thank you so much for inspiring us crafters and offering us these gorgeous things to work with. We really appreciate it. So thank you guys so much for stopping by today and hanging out, and have a great day, and I will see you soon.